viewers, after getting those updates from my colleague Priya, go back to a very big story that has been generating a lot of debate. Now, viewers, let me begin tonight by reading out the words of a leading Indian politician. Most often, he's referred to as a statesman, a wise man, a decent man, a secular, tolerant man, unifying and sensitive figure. This leader said, and let me quote him, "The scourge of terrorism has taken a huge toll on all our societies. It is a cancer that, if not checked, will consume us all," unquote. These were his words. Viewers, I won't keep you in suspense. These words were spoken by former Congress Prime Minister and Prime Minister of India, Dr. Manmohan Singh. He spoke these words while inaugurating the 5th conference of the Association of SAARC Speakers and Parliamentarians in 2011. So we are talking about a little over a decade back. Dr. Manmohan Singh is right. Terrorism, especially religious terrorism, pits denominations against denominations. It turns neighbors suspicious against neighbors. It perpetuates discrimination. A divided society is an unstable one. We all know this, viewers. An unstable society makes for an unstable nation. In an unstable nation, nothing flourishes. Businesses crumble, openness suffers. And in the end, viewers, democracy itself succumbs. So today, given what Dr. Manmohan Singh has said, setting the benchmark for not just the Congress party, but for India, it is surprising that a congressman, no ordinary congressman at that, but one called D.K. Shiv Kumar, Karnataka Congress's tallest leader and a Gandhi loyalist, has arguably trivialized the Mangaluru blast. Viewers, this is what he said about the dastardly plot to target religious places in Mangaluru, sparking what would have been communal trouble. This is what this person says, and mark the divergence from what Dr. Manmohan Singh, as I quoted, said about terrorism. Listen to this, viewers.
You tell me, you said there is a big terrorist. Who are the terrorists? Please let me know. What action you have taken? Who has declared? Who was the DG to declare himself that is a terrorist? Or Pulwama or anything? Nothing is there. Some fellow might have done some mistake, we don't tell. But how we are trying to project it?
Why do you think the government was doing that?
Why? Because the vote gate, they wanted to steal the votes in the history of Indian politics.
Now, viewers, the implication is clear that a Muslim man has been framed. A Muslim man is being victimized, villainized, so that a political party can go out there and build a narrative, viewers, that it is a defender of the faith. That's what D.K. Shiv Kumar is trying to say here. And which is this political party? The BJP. Now, viewers, should a leader who participates in the Bharat Jodo Yatra that is being led today by Rahul Gandhi and who aspires to unify the country be whitewashing a terror incident by suggesting that the accused committed a mistake even before the courts or the police can look into this matter? DKS, as Mr. Shivakumar is known, is directly contradicting Karnataka DGP Praveen Sood, who confirmed after the blast that it was an act of terror. The NIA got into it and suspects Shareeq, the man accused, has links with the IS. That's what the NIA is telling us. Now, viewers, should it not be left for the court to decide whether the case that is being built up against Shareeq is legitimate, if the proof that has been collected against him stands up to scrutiny? Obviously, viewers, it is for the court to decide. This is not, of course, the first time that DK Shiv Kumar has tried to gloss over this deadly attempt at sowing the seeds of communal disharmony or hate. He had said as much earlier, in the same context, about the same blast. Listen to this.
Where the
BJP is behind it, sir?
Yes, see, they just tried to blow it. They should have done an investigation, fair investigation. Let them do it, let them act, let them punish, let them hang whomever they want. When things of the entire vote system was being under theft, they just tried to deviate. There was no need of the DG or the police reacting to it. There is a system.
So he was also making IEDs at home. A lot of evidence has come out against him.
That is okay. Let them take action. But immediately posing on terrorism, no? They were using terrorism. What is it? Where is the evidences of it? If he has done wrong, we want any action to be taken. But the way they've blown it, no, is a political game.
So, viewers, not once but twice, trying to inject doubts, suggesting that one community is being targeted by the state apparatus, obviously playing, therefore, viewers, to the galleries. Now, over in Kashmir, if this is the story about Karnataka, then in Kashmir too, viewers, another line was crossed, again by a leading politician. After the state administration ran a bulldozer over the house of wanted terror mastermind Jaish-e-Mohammed commander Ashiq Nengroo. To escalate costs on him, Mehbooba Mufti, former chief minister of Kashmir, Jammu and Kashmir, linked the action to Islamophobia by painting the terrorist as a victim of state repression against one community, the Muslim community. Listen to this, viewers.
के खिलाफ जो एक्शन हो रहा है
ना बहुत हो गया इसके को वही वो ड्रग यूज ज्यादा करना है
बहुत हो गया. Don't push the envelope against one community. Viewers, these politicians often say that terrorists don't have a religion. Now they're coming out and conceding that there is some affiliation. Now, Mehbooba Mufti is a repeat offender, the PDP chief. Now, she's playing to the galleries, viewers. Clearly, she wants to be in the conversation because she thinks by giving a clean chit to terror, a large number of Muslims will support her and say, look, she speaks for us. Viewers, Indian Muslims do not condone terrorism, and neither do the ordinary citizens of this country. You cannot win brownie points. As Dr. Manmohan Singh said, it's a cancer, and everyone knows that terrorism is a cancer. And Mehbooba Mufti has called terrorists in the past sons of the soil. She's done everything to try and whitewash their sins. They spare no one. Hindus, Muslims, they shoot down everybody, viewers, who comes in their way. So let's open this up and ask some honest questions tonight. We have some esteemed voices, and we should begin by posing some pointed questions. Let me begin with Dr. Shankar Guha, leader of the Congress from the Karnataka unit of the Congress party, Mr. DK Shiv Kumar's Congress there in Karnataka. Dr. Guha, on what basis are the actions of a alleged ISIS-linked terrorist being trivialized by describing them as some sort of a mistake? Who is DK Shiv Kumar to give clean chits? Can you explain to all our viewers tonight?
Good evening, Rahul, and to all the panelists. At the outset, I think DK Shiv Kumar ji has made it clear that he has not been judgmental, or he has not passed any sort of a comment giving a clean chit to anyone. There are certain doubts that has raised in the minds or in the people of Karnataka as far as this issue is concerned. Every time there is an issue, it is used to the maximum benefit of creating an agenda. Let me quote a few examples to you, Rahul, before I come to the issue. The case of Paresh Mehta, his death happened in 2018. And then, you know, Anand Kumar Hegde, the MP, BJP MP, said every drop of blood will be given justice. What happened to that case? 2 months ago, the CBI filed a closure report saying it's an accidental death. Now, why isn't the national media talking anything about the voter ID scam? You know, there is an obvious attempt to paint the Congress as sort of protecting the Muslim terrorists. No, we are not doing that. You know, there are 40 cases, Rahul, 40 cases of alleged deaths of alleged BJP workers or some Bajrang Dal, etc., etc. Not a single case has reached its logical end. Not a single conviction till now. The best example I can quote to is of Paresh Mehta. They used it so much to their benefit. They used it so much. They, you know, sort of the whole country was going ha-ha about it. But what happened ultimately? The CBI has closed the case. I can quote so many more examples like
Can
this.
I, sir, since
now,
you are talking
our
about
stand is very
examples.
clear. As far as this investigation is concerned,
Right.
no, just allow me to finish it. Our stand is very clear. We are not sympathizing any terrorist or any terrorist organization or any religion as such. If he is guilty, please conduct a free, fair and fast investigation and punish them.
No,
that is
sir,
our stand, and we stand with the country as far as that is concerned.
That is not your stand. That is not your stand, sir. Your stand is, and let me quote your stand. You tell me, is he a big terrorist? What do you mean by a big terrorist? Someone who kills 100 people, 200 people, 500 people, blows up the World Trade Center. And what do you mean by small terrorist? Someone who kills 2 people in the name of religion, ideology, half a person, injures a few. Is that a small terrorist? I mean, are you today distinguishing between terrorists on the number of people they kill? So terrorism can wreak havoc through ideas. That is what DK Shiv Kumar has said. Please let me know, he says. What action have you taken? Who was declared? No, 1 second. Let me finish, sir.
Rahul,
let me finish, sir. I didn't interrupt you. You finished. Let me just state my case here. Was it a terror act like what happened in Mumbai or Kashmir or Pulwama? So should we wait for people to die? Or if a terror attack is interceded in time and a big bomb that was supposed to go off goes off in a controlled manner, thank goodness, because the act is detected, or because somebody could not put the fuse right, the bomb doesn't go off, etc. Should we then say, oh, that's okay, bomb फटा ही नहीं, तो भाई innocent है, चलो छोड़ दो इसको, bomb नहीं फटा. अरे छोटा terrorist act था, 1-2 लोग मार दिए, कोई problem नहीं. I mean, what is the Congress party saying? And on the second point, since you brought facts about this Mr. Mesa, etc., the NI is investigating this case. And should I tell you, sir, what is the conviction rate of the NI? It is 93%, the highest among all probe agencies. Mr. Amit Shah, the Union Home Minister, speaking in Parliament, has put the facts. He said that in a short span of 13 years, the agency has registered more than 400 cases, filed charge sheets in 349 cases, arrested 2,494 accused, as well as convicted 391 accused. Amit Shah said that this particular National Investigative Agency has the highest conviction rate of 93.25%. It's the highest among all agencies. And he's saying that it is going to strive for 100% conviction rate. And here you are pointing out to one exception and building a case and saying, you tell me, is he a big terrorist? Please let me know. No. What is a big terrorist, sir?
Rahul,
and what is a small terrorist? No, you answer what DK Shiv Kumar is asking. I want to ask you, Dr. Shankar Guha, you are a doctor,
I will tell you,
you are an intelligent man. What is a small and a big terrorist? What is a small and a big terrorist? Can you define me one?
No, there is no distinguishing factor.
So why is
between
DK Shiv
big and
Kumar
small
saying this?
terrorist. A terrorist is a terrorist.
So why is
There
Mr. DK Shiv Kumar saying
I haven't heard
this?
him say that. If he has
You haven't
said
heard
that,
him?
I'm
I'll
sure
play
it
it
would
out.
be a
No,
slip
wait.
of a tongue. I
I'll play
haven't
out
heard
the
him
sound
say
bite.
that.
Since you are now pleading
If he has said
deafness
that,
or
allow me
selective
to
deafness,
complete. If he has
let me
said
play it
that,
out. No.
I'm sure-
Dr. Guha.
Allow me to complete.
No.
If
There
he
is
has
no.
said
No.
that, it could
I will
probably
play it out.
be a slip of a tongue.
Slip of the tongue, a
Allow me
mistake,
to
just like the
complete it.
mistake the terrorist,
If he has said
is supposed to have
if
committed.
he has said that, it could be a mistake.
Oh my
but
God.
let me categorically tell you let me categorically tell you the Congress party says that we stand with the people of the state. There is no distinguishing factor between a small and a big terrorist. A terrorist is a terrorist, whether the act could complete or not. As you said, a terrorist is a terrorist. We want a free, fair and fast investigation. If he is guilty, punish him.
No,
But
doctor,
don't talk, don't talk only about that. There are many other issues in Karnataka.
But doctor, can I come back to you? Can I come back to you? Doctor, will you allow me to speak?
Why aren't you talking about the
Will you allow me to
polls?
speak?
No, Rahul, just
No, will
one
you allow me
question.
to
Of
speak?
course, of
Listen,
course
I'll
I will.
lower
Just
your
one
fader.
question.
I'm counting
Why
till
isn't
3.
the national-
1,
Why isn't
2,
the national media
3.
talking about?
Shut him down. The man has no etiquette. Now let me start again with Dr. Guha. The good doctor. Good Dr. Guha, let me ask you a simple question. I will go to the other doctor also, the interpreter of maladies, Dr. Ranganathan, right now. But before that, let me come to you. Dr. Guha, you tell me, this is what DK Shiv Kumar says. He's a big terrorist. You tell me, is he a big terrorist? Why do you think Dr. Shiv Kumar said this?
Sorry?
Why do you think Dr. Shiv Kumar began by saying, you tell me, is he a big terrorist? Question mark.
I think what he meant to say is what is happening with the investigation. Because after this incident happened a month ago, we are not aware of what is happening after that. There was a lot of hype around it. They arrested somebody. But what after that? Just like the Harsha murder case in Shivamogga, 4 months, 5 months back, there was so much of hype. Harsha's sister goes to the Home Minister and requests him, sir, what is happening with my brother's case? The Home Minister, Aragya Gyanendra, shouts at her and sends her back. So similarly, I think what DK Shivakumarji wanted to say is what is happening with the investigation.
Then he should have said, you tell me what is happening with the investigation. Why is he saying, you tell me he's a big terrorist? Please let me know. I really rest my case here, viewers. You have heard the good doctor defend the indefensible
Rahul,
by coming up with some, sorry to say, asinine explanation tonight. Now let me go to the interpreter of maladies, Dr. Ranganathan. There is a malady here.
One last thing.
Dr. Ranganathan, no, 1 second, sir. I've spent enough time with you. Please,
Rahul,
I have a panel of 4 other people, 8 other people, in fact, I'm being told now by Director Saab, Sharif Bhai. So let me go to the others also, please. I will invite you for a one-on-one one of these days. We'll have a nice chat. But let me go back to Dr. Ranganathan. Dr. Ranganathan, now you see, I don't understand what is going on. There is a malady here, and I want you to interpret this malady. I believe this malady is called appeasement politics. Am I right? Or is your diagnosis a little different from mine? I'm happy to be corrected.
Let me correct you straight away, Rahul. I severely object to what you've done in the last 10 minutes. You've completely killed off this whole debate. Who asked you to be so logical and rational and give all the dates and figures and data? Including the NIA conviction rate, which is 93%. And these people are trying to belittle by bringing out 1 or 2 cases, ignoring the thousands of other cases that NIA have solved. So, please don't do this. आप ये करोगे तो हम लोग क्या करेंगे? अब मैं चुप रहा हूँ क्या 3 minutes? No, but Rahul, let's get to the facts, straight away. Congress has always buckled when it comes to terrorism. And, this is because of 3 reasons. Appeasement, placating a vote bank, or plain fear of being branded communal and Islamophobic. And unfortunately, increasingly, This fear and appeasement has started cutting across party lines and ideologies. You can test this right now. No one belonging to a political party on the panel right now will have the guts to say terrorism has a religion. Kashmir is a living and breathing example of this, Rahul. They will even certify that the slogan shouted on the night of January 1990 from the top of mosques, Raliv, Galiv, Taliv, deaths to Kafirs, Pandits, leave your women behind, convert, run or die, Nizam-e-Mustafa, had nothing to do with religion. But there are hundreds more examples. Air Chief Dhanoa is on record saying that the Indian Air Force wanted to bomb terror hideouts in Pakistan in the wake of 26/11, but was forbidden to do so by the then Prime Minister Manmohan Singh. India rewarding Pakistan for their 2008 attack on our embassy in Kabul by capitulating miserably in the Sharm el-Sheikh Declaration. Tens of thousands attending the funeral of terrorist Yaqub Maman or of terrorist Burhan Wani led by Congress leaders. The mainstreaming of PFI and other such organizations. Sonia Gandhi crying tears of sorrow after the Batla House encounter. Terrorist Yasin Malik celebrated by India's Prime Minister. I can go on and on and on. And let us be clear on one thing. Poverty or illiteracy have nothing to do with the fundamentalism. Fundamentals have. And even though your financial or educational status might change, the fundamentals will never do. They are eternal. You can be from Harvard or Cambridge or IIT and still blow up the World Trade Center or charge at the Gorakhnath temple shouting Allahu Akbar. In fact, the more educated you are, the more convinced you are of the fundamentals. Please understand. There is nothing called radicalization or radical Islam, but our politicians don't have the courage to admit this. On the other hand, they have ample courage to brand Hinduism as a terrorist religion, as was allegedly claimed by a Congress youth wing leader recently. They have courage to brand Hindu god Parashuram a terrorist and a rapist, as was recently done by a Goa Congress leader. They have courage to hail Aurangzeb who killed 4.6 million Hindus. They have courage to celebrate Tipu Jayanti despite knowing he demolished hundreds of temples and converted and butchered lakhs of Hindus. They have the courage to coin the phrase saffron terror because they don't fear their sir separating from their ton. That's the reality. Can we face up to it?
Can we face up to it? He asks. This Dr. Ranganathan has sniffed out the malady. Just using a stethoscope, he put it to the heart, the beating, pulsating heart of the Congress party, and picked the murmur up of appeasement, Tehseen Poonawala. And Tehseen Bhai, he says, with the flourish of a rhetorician, can you explain why for some Hindu terror is a reality and Islamist terror is a mistake? What drives this hypocrisy? Is it appeasement? And let me also ask you while I'm at it, can you first tell me what Dr. D.K. Shiv Kumar means when he says rhetorically, you tell me, is he a big terrorist? Question mark. Can you explain that first and then answer the question that I posed?
No, so I disagree with that statement. You're never half pregnant. You're pregnant or not pregnant. You're not a small terrorist or big terrorist. You're simply a terrorist. Terrorists like the Sanatan Sanstha, who, by the way, in 2018, when Devendra Fadnavis was chief minister, they're terrorists.
They're terrorists.
You're pregnant or not pregnant.
Okay.
You're terrorist or not a terrorist. Sanatan Sanstha. 2018, Devendra Fadnavis chief minister. They posed as another religious group to plant bombs. Just like this Karnataka case, the bombs didn't got off, they were caught. Till today, Sanatan Sanstha has not been banned by the strongest man in the universe, Amit Shah, by the strongest chief minister in Maharashtra, Devendra Fadnavis.
So one second, can I ask you, because this is very important.
Appeasement? I'm asking you.
No, I'm asking you.
I'm asking you, is that
can
appeasement?
I ask you, because you have described an agency, a group of people, as terror group. Right? You have said.
NI has asked for it to be banned.
Okay. So you have said
the government hasn't.
So you have said so, right? You have said that.
Not me. The NI, 93% conviction rate.
I'm asking you.
No, NI, 93% conviction rate.
Has anyone,
Amit Shah hasn't done it. Why?
Excuse me, sir. Has anyone from the Sanatan Sanstha, as you have said? I'm just asking because it is strange to me that we are not applying the same yardsticks.
We should.
D.K. Shiv Kumar. Well, then D.K. Shiv Kumar is guilty.
He's guilty. I'm saying
guilty.
it.
Okay.
There is no if and but.
D.K. Shiv Kumar
I am very clear
of playing appeasement politics. I actually salute you.
May I please make this point? But please allow me to
no, 1 minute. This is very important. This is a point of inflection in this debate. I think that lunch you had with Dr. Anand Ranganathan has served you very well.
I applaud the suspended Tehseen
What did you give him to eat?
But allow me
I applaud the suspended spokesperson, Tehseen Poonawala.
Neither am I suspended, neither am I the spokesperson.
So he will be suspended now.
And neither will I be suspended. Listen.
He will be suspended.
Listen, can I please make my point?
Chalo, anyhow.
Please allow me to make my point.
No, just one second.
Can
I want to ask you on this.
Sure.
I'm asking you. I'm not going away from you. I will never deny you this platform because you are making today the most logical point.
I've also on your show said, Sir, Tan Se Juda is a terror chant. Have I not said it?
So since
I've said it.
You have said it. And since you are saying all these things with a great deal of clarity, unlike the other doctor, the good doctor, the Dr. Guha, I want to ask you then, is DK Shiv Kumar playing to the galleries and actually playing vote bank politics? It's a simple question.
I don't know him well enough to know what he's doing, but the Muslims don't support these statements. They don't want it, and please don't do it. Please. Neither, and I've tweeted this publicly, this thing about building a statue for Tipu Sultan. Please stop doing these politics for Muslims. What Muslims need, the enemies of Muslims, young Muslims, are the same enemies of young Hindus. Unemployment, joblessness, 40% corrupt sarkar in Karnataka that needs to be thrown out. So please stop making statements, particularly when you represent a political party that's lost 2 prime ministers to the worst terror attacks, Martyr Indira Gandhi, Martyr Rajiv Gandhi. Please stop making such statements. That's my advice.
So I'm emboldened to ask you then the follow-up question. Mumbai attack were described as RSS ki sajish.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Batla House, as Dr. Ranganathan said, the encounter brought tears to the eyes of Sonia ji.
I'm grateful you brought that up.
Khurshid Saab said.
I'm grateful you brought that up. May I clarify?
Why so much compassion for the acts of Islamist terror? Doesn't it suggest a pattern of selective appeasement here also then?
Right. I'm grateful you got me. I just request 30 seconds on Batla House not to be interrupted.
Yeah.
On Batla House.
And Mumbai.
No, and Mumbai. First Batla House, 30 seconds. Okay. The slain officer was given the highest award, highest gallantry award by the President Prime Minister. Mrs. Sonia Gandhi wrote to him, and I quote, to his wife, to his widowed wife, that the sacrifice of you and valor of your husband will not go in vain. We will ensure the perpetrators of this crime are hanged to death. Salman Khurshid made statements that were not required, as did Digvijay Singh, and both were pulled up by then Janardhan Dwivedi. Times of India quotes it, that these are statements that are not the official statements of the Congress. They were pulled up and they
I don't know, sir. I mean,
you may check Times of India.
He met her, he saw the tears now.
And I can show you, and I can give you.
Why hasn't he been then sacked? Why hasn't he been then sacked from the Congress for lying about the captain of the Congress?
30 seconds, you owe that to me. Mrs. Sonia Gandhi wrote a letter and the highest award by the UPA government, the then President Pratibha Patil, and the Prime Minister and the Home Minister and Chief Minister of Delhi attended his funeral. That's number one. No BJP leader did. Number two, on 26/11, I completely agree. Digvijay Ji's statement should not have come. But you know, Anand, and please fact check me this, the other leader who made that statement, Kripa Shankar Singh, is today washing machine cleaned in the BJP. The same BJP when 26/11 was happening. The Chief Minister of Gujarat was doing a press conference against our forces while our forces were fighting. The same Chief Minister. Who was the Chief Minister of Gujarat? Anand, fact check me. Narendra Modi ji. He went to the widow of Hemant Karkare ji with a check of 1 crore rupees. I therefore say political parties, Congress and BJP, should stop doing politics on politics and please act on what is national interest.
I want to open this further. Yes.
Very briefly, Tehseen, you've tried this number of times, but you know it, my good friend, that when you accuse me of not saying something, you already know that I am the first person to have said it. I am the first person to have castigated the BJP for recruiting Mr. Kripa Shankar Singh. Even before that, the first person to have castigated BJP to have taken in the person who coined the word saffron terror. So you can't accuse me. But I have to tell you this. When you talk of Sonia Gandhi writing a letter, you are absolutely right. Sonia Gandhi wrote a letter to the Shahi Imam of Jama Masjid, apologizing for the Danes drawing cartoons. This is what she did, and this is what appeasement.
Did Vajpayee sir go to Shahi Imam of Jama Masjid asking for votes? Yes or no? Dr. Ranganathan, since you sniff out the lies, sniff out this lies, why did Prime Minister Vajpayee go to the Shahi Imam? What was the need, sir? I request you, answer my question.
Let him finish.
Yes.
Even though you say Modi is your Prime Minister, I say our Prime Minister.
He's my Prime Minister.
On the floor of the Parliament. On the floor of the Parliament, demanded an apology from the Danish cartoonist. हमारा क्या लेना देना था भाई? This is what appeasement is. Tehseen, please agree to that.
Sir, I agree with you.
Okay.
You agree that Vajpayee ji was wrong in going to the Shahi Imam of Jama Masjid.
Obviously he was. If he did, very wrong.
You agree that Prime Minister Modi was wrong doing a press conference outside the Embassy was fighting?
But who is the loudest?
You agree?
1 second. But who, viewers, is the loudest cheerleader of Mr. Vajpayee's politics? It's the Congress today. Why? Because he went to the Shahi Imam. Is that the reason?
Correct.
Please answer.
I think
Tehseen Saab,
I
please
think
answer.
religion should
Please
be kept
answer.
out of.
Is that the reason?
I may
Is
be
that the
short
reason?
hair, my head will
Is
be
that
cut.
the reason?
Religion should be
Is
kept
that
out of
the- no, no,
politics.
you are
I'm
evading the
standing
question.
by it.
You are evading the
I'm standing
question.
by it.
You are
No
evading the
religion should be
question.
allowed in politics.
You are evading the question.
I am not.
Viewers, please note.
I am not a
asked him,
fan. I am not the
is
most-
the
I'm not a fan of
BJP's,
Vajpayee.
is the BJP's one of their breakaway leaders, Mr. Vajpayee, hailed the most by the Congress because he went to the Shahi Imam? It's the question I'm asking. Can you answer that?
I don't think that's the reason why he's hailed, and I think that's
see.
wrong.
That's not the reason
and I
why
think
he's
religion
hailed.
should be kept out of politics,
okay.
and I
So
stand by that.
Let's open this up for the viewers. You see, at every level, we're seeing Congress sympathizers take the line that is most convenient. So DK Shiv Kumar is now being villainized by one of the closest supporters of the Congress. In fact, he's related to the first family of the Congress party. Perhaps that's why he enjoys immunity. If Sanjay Jha had said this, he had been suspended. Not just from his bootstraps. But nonetheless, this is an interesting one. No action will be taken. Dr. Guha tried to defend valiantly. He's got contradicted by Tehseen. So, viewers, now you have the forked tongue. It flickers in and out. Now, if I will ask the JDS this question, Tanveer Ahmed Saab, is DK Shiv Kumar playing? Very simple. I want to bring in Rahul Ishwar also. Is DK Shiv Kumar playing appeasement politics? Tehseen says yes. Would you agree?
Rahul.
Yes, sir.
Suddenly.
I can hear
Rahul.
you. Yes, sir.
DK Shivakumar words are delectable. Rahul, DK Shivakumar words are delectable, but the reality is quite harsh. Yes, he must be trying to play appeasement politics, but appeasement would, in Congress, would definitely mean that giving more seats to Muslims, solving their education problem, bringing them to mainstream, giving them jobs, identifying their capacity. That would be an appeasement. Coming and supporting a terror accused is definitely not appeasement. I don't think as a Muslim leader and belonging to a group of Muslims which are governing the Muslim body here, we would definitely condemn DK Shivakumar's statement.
You condemn it?
No Muslim
secular party,
no
JDS,
Muslim imam, no
that
masjid,
has claims
no
on
school,
secularism,
no
condemns.
organization
Dr. Guha, your former ally, condemns. Respond to your former ally. Respond to Tehseen Poonawalla. Dr. Guha, I am not putting you here on the mat. Rahul Shivshankar is not putting you on the mat. Mr. Tehseen Poonawalla is putting you on the mat, and so is the great, glorious Tanveer Ahmed.
Proud of you, Tanveer bhai.
Applause.
No.
Dr. Guha.
See, DK Shivakumar has made a stand. DK Shivakumar ji has made a stand very clear. Please go through his Twitter handles. He has not sympathized with any of the terror outfits or any of the terror
Is this not sympathizing?
accused.
Please, Tehseen Poonawalla, please
has
tell
said
your
is
own,
do a
tell your
free,
own
fair
mate.
and fast
Please,
trial.
tonight you need to stand up and tell him.
No, please please
No,
go through
you
his
can't
Twitter.
keep quiet
And Rahul,
tonight.
you said one more thing about the 90%
Tehseen Poonawalla, you
conviction
can't
rate.
keep quiet.
In Karnataka, out of the 45 murder cases, not a single conviction.
You can't keep quiet.
The conviction rate
You need
is
to
zero.
tell the gentleman, Dr. Guha, who might be
Conviction
an
rate is
acolyte
zero in Karnataka.
of DK Shiv Kumar, where he's wrong. Please tell him. Please tell him now.
Look,
Congress to Congress, viewers.
No, first of all, I'm not Congress. He's the Congress spokesperson.
Okay.
I'm a supporter.
Congress family to Congress.
No,
okay, come on.
One second.
No, please tell him. Tell him he's wrong.
Can I have my say?
No, don't.
I heard
don't,
Dr. Guha.
Now don't do a,
Can I have an independent say, independent of Dr. Guha?
No,
I
you
think
tell
the choice
Dr.
of
Guha.
words.
Go through his Twitter handle.
I think
Go
the
through
choice
his
of
Twitter
words.
handle. See what he has said.
I'm seeing his Twitter handle. What DK Shiv Kumar is saying is, have this investigation, do it correctly, and don't leak it out. But I still stand by my earlier stand. Please don't talk in any sense that encourages the BJP or any other political party to show that you're compromising on terror. Don't compromise on terror. It is not required.
How clever
I stand by
Tehseen Poonawalla has now been. Did you get a message right now from the higher-ups? I think
how
you must have just got a message.
How?
You have forgotten your friend, Dr. Ranganathan, who took you out for a meal and explained
Tehseen,
to you.
I'm cancelling our lunch.
He's cancelling cancel that lunch. Cancel it. Let me open this up. Let me open this up.
Just one submission.
Yes, Rahulji, go ahead.
In the war on terror, we can always stress patriotic Indian Muslims better than pseudo-secular Hindus. Because pseudo-secular Hindus always have their own angle appeasing people. And let us be honest about it. Our Muslim brothers vote more as a bloc. En masse they usually vote. And Congress want to, and many leaders in Congress like DK Shiv Kumar wants to get that particular vote bank by saying, see, we have defended your interest. He is basically appeasing the hardliner of Muslim community. Whereas if people like Tehseen Ji or Tanveer Bhai, these stands are taken, everyone will respect Muslim community and them a spokesperson too. But the pseudo-secular Hindus, what they usually do is they appease the Islamist hardliners in the hope or in the false hope that they will get votes. This is the wrong thing that Congress has to change. Congress has to be more nationalistic. Congress has to be more patriotic.
Rahul, Congress is the most nationalistic political party in this country. It's lost 2 prime ministers.
I'm not talking about people like
what DK Shiv Kumar said could have been avoided. I am not going to sit on Rahul's show and deny it. It should have been avoided. It was wrong. But to say Congress, to link it to Congress is wrong. Just as to link Salman Khurshid's statement to Mrs. Gandhi is wrong. Facts are, terror was less when Congress was there. Facts are, BJP took terrorists in a business class plane and left them at Kandahar. Fact was, Prime Minister Modi was doing a press conference when INSG was fighting terrorists. Fact was, these are facts of the BJP.
Let me tell you, viewers, I will now bring in Sushil Pandit. And he's going to tell you a little bit about the Congress's record about prosecuting, not persecuting, viewers, prosecuting those who they think are dispensable vote bank. Now, Sushil Pandit, the Congress party had governments in Kashmir and at the center. Did you get justice, and why didn't you get justice? Since it is the most nationalist and patriotic party, why is someone like you, who's a Kashmiri Hindu, today not getting justice?
Rahul, I would like to say that this is not unique to just Congress. Because since 1990, it's been 32 years and we have seen all the colors and all the hues and all the coalitions and all the parties and all the prime ministers. So everyone has had an ample time. What may have started with Congress has continued like a national consensus, like a consensus among the entire political class, including the Supreme Court, including the bureaucracy. And I dare say that for much part of these 32 years, even mainstream media never raised this issue. All the sundry NGOs, human rights organizations, busybodies who are busy fighting for human rights, none of them.
And let me say, Sushil ji, when I raised this issue for the first time in another channel, I was branded an Islamophobe. You were there.
Yes.
Absolutely.
We started this at a national level.
I remember.
And what were we called? Dr. Ranganathan, you will remember. You will remember.
This is why I say.
You were called Islamophobe, you were branded a Sanghi.
That's right. They still call me RSS, you see.
They still call you RSS, that's
because I used to be with you in that channel very often on these issues.
You for saying
you need to stand up.
I vouch for it, which is why I say much of the mainstream media. Now the point is, where does this national consensus come from? We have a Congress which is unabashedly pro-terror, which is a new version of Muslim League, and we have other parties who are aspiring to be Congress, who are aspiring to get into that space in order to get whole-scale vote banks. Whether they meet their aspirations or not sometime in future, good luck to them, but the point is, they use similar tactics.
I'm sorry, I object to what Mr. Pandit says. I have a lot of respect. To call the Congress terrorist sympathizers is plain wrong, is bordering on defamatory. This is the party that has given up its top leaders to safeguard the sovereignty of this country.
I heard it
is Rajiv Gandhi who cleared out parliament so that the army could come in Kashmir. I am sorry. I will not allow that.
Let him respond to you. Let Mr. Pandit respond.
I don't want to be interrupted.
I agree, sir. But
I would
let him respond.
Make defamatory statements.
How many cases did Congress pursue against terror in Kashmir? How many terrorists were convicted by Congress governments? I want to know how many terroristic Congress governments convict in Kashmir.
Sir, in 22 years, 14 years has been BJP. Why don't you use the same adjectives for the BJP?
I did not mince my words about BJP.
But you said that Congress is a terror sympathizer. You never said the BJP is, and rightly so. Neither is the Congress, neither is the BJP. But why do you use adjectives for one political party?
Problem, Rahul.
Viewers, just look at your screens right now. This is Yasin Malik.
Unequivocal condemnation
Mr. Pandit,
of jihadi terror.
Mr. Pandit, can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question? Mr. Pandit, can you see the screen?
Violence is being hunted.
Okay, Mr. Pandit, Mr. Pandit, can you see the screen? Can you see it? Look what is happening on the screen. There is a photograph of Dr. Manmohan Singh shaking hands with Yasin Malik. What does Yasin Malik represent to people like you?
He is soaked in our blood from top to bottom. He is the instigator of our pogrom, our genocide in Kashmir. He is the first one to take to guns and start killing people. This man today has not been convicted despite 32 years. And Congress has ruled most of the time during this period.
Vajpayee ji with Yasin Malik. Vajpayee ji with Yasin Malik. With humility. Isko pan karo idhar, please. Pan karo.
But does that?
No, it doesn't.
I'm saying,
no, it doesn't. 14 years BJP. Here is Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji with Yasin Malik. Pan karo.
Does that absolve you?
It doesn't.
Is that your defense?
I am not. I am telling
two wrongs don't make a right.
Consensus.
You see, it's very easy to say this. If that is the case, if that is the case. Okay, fact check coming. Dr. Ranganathan, yes, very quickly before I bring in.
Bring that photo. Yes, with due respect to Tehseen, let me qualify my applause for him a second ago, because yes, I applauded him when he castigated Mr. Shiv Kumar. But as is the norm, unfortunate norm, he is protecting the Gandhis and the dynasty. Let me give you facts. Is it not a fact that the air chief said we would have bombed Pakistan and their terror hideouts in the wake of 26/11, but we were forbidden to do so by Manmohan Singh? And number two, Tehseen, with due respect, however much you'd like to say Ms. Sonia Gandhi, it's been 14 years since she quote unquote cried tears of sorrow at the face of, in the wake of Batlao's encounter. 14 years. Would she not have come out and clarified?
She has.
Why is she?
Dr. Ranganathan, you're a man of science. Please allow me to clarify.
Has she ever? Yes,
please allow me to clarify. I heard your point. Janardhan Dwivedi, the Congress chief, said Salman Khurshid was wrong.
Gandhi.
It's in the Times of India.
What do you mean wrong?
She said it's wrong. She wrote a letter to his widow, to the martyr's widow, saying, I will avenge your husband. The government will avenge your husband's death.
But did she deny that she was crying?
Yes. Janardhan Dwivedi has on record. You may fact check.
Janardhan Dwivedi has. Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? Where is she? Where is she coming out very clearly? Why does she need a spokesperson?
Sir, Salman
serious
allegation. And it's been denied. She's written a physical letter to the widow.
Has she come out and said? Has she come out and said?
Should take an interview.
Has she come out and said?
Condemnation of statement of DK Shiv Kumar. Will there be an official condemnation of DK Shiv Kumar's statements? Congress will condemn it.
Rahul, now let me really call, because I've really got Tehseen now by the scruff. Okay. Now, Tehseen, if tomorrow I accuse you that you are soft on terror, you cried tears of sorrow in the wake of a Batlao's encounter, you are on television, millions of people interview you, hear you. Would you not come out and clarify rather than hide behind the back of someone, one other spoke? You would say, no, I said it or I didn't say it. For 14 years, Sonia Gandhi has never clarified or denied this.
Mrs. Gandhi wrote a letter. The highest gallantry award was given by her government. The president, the prime minister, chief, and the chief minister and home minister were there at the funeral. Mrs. Gandhi wrote a physical letter. The letter is in public domain. Her parties denied the statement. Salman Khurshid was pulled up. But you are blaming Mrs. Gandhi for a fictitious statement, not for the real letter she wrote to the widow of a martyr.
That letter, when was that letter written?
I'll give you the date.
No, just give me the date.
I'll give you the date. Sorry, I'll give you the date.
I'll tell you when that letter was written, viewers. That letter was written when it became inexorably true that the courts were going to give a clean chit to the police.
Correct.
Please. That is when this sudden about-face took place. Anyhow, viewers, look, the fact of the matter is that what we are seeing from Kashmir to Karnataka is a naked appeasement. And the Congress today cannot leap out and say, oh, the BJP does it. Well, if the BJP does it, it's wrong. And we've called it out several times right here. That can't be a defense, viewers. You've got to accept that you're playing a dangerous, insidious game. You are creating a sense of victimhood. You are alienating deliberately a community from the mainstream by suggesting that they are being targeted. And that will have a massive consequence. Massive consequence, mark my words, viewers. When you victimized the majority community constantly, you had a backlash. And if you do it with the minorities, you keep constantly instilling fear in them. Something is going to give. Viewers, and we are seeing it all around us globally, and I want to move on very quickly to the next episode. It's very unfortunate.